This is the Intercontinental Broadcasting Corporation. Sa bagong Pilipinas.
This is 13 News.
Let's get into the headlines right now. The Philippines condemns an alleged Chinese AI-generated video, calling it a racist attack on Filipinos.
Cabinet Secretary Ben-Hur Abalos visits the wake of the slain motor taxi rider, assuring government support and justice for the family.
More than 7 million Filipino families expected to benefit from the expanded Uplift Special Package program of the government.
President Marcos Jr. assures that the safety of Filipino seafarers is among the administration's top priorities.
And two Philippine teams move closer to international glory in their respective sports tournaments.
All these and more, here on 13 News.
Great to have you here with us this Friday night. Let us begin with the government's expanded Uplift program, the Uplift Special Package.
More than 7.5 million Filipino families are expected to benefit from this financial assistance and subsidy measure. Under the program, beneficiaries are divided into three groups. First are 4Ps and Walang Gutom program households who will receive a one-time 2,000 peso cash aid through Land Bank or GCash. Second are poor and near-poor families under the 25% poverty threshold, each set to get 2,000 pesos monthly from July to December, with the first payout done physically to conform identities.
Third are minimum wage earners making 20,000 pesos or below with at least one SSS contribution, who will also receive 2,000 pesos monthly credited directly to their accounts. The government has allocated 12.37 billion pesos for this, sourced from budget savings. DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian said the program is meant to replace the loss in purchasing power of many Filipinos caused by rising prices.
It's meant to replace the loss in purchasing power. Palitan yung nawala sa pera ng pamilya na yon dahil sa pagtaas ng presyo ng bilihin. Tinanap rin natin yung near poor. Ibig sabihin, hindi sila yung mahihirap, kundi nandun sila sa, nakapatong sila. Yun lagi natin narinig, di ba? Yung isang one sickness away to poverty, one death away to poverty.
Earlier today, the Walang Gutom program brought its first food redemption activity to Quezon City with First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos. The program allowed beneficiaries to purchase food using their electronic benefit transfer cards. Under the WGP, each beneficiary household receives 3,000 pesos in monthly food credits to strengthen food security and reduce hunger nationwide.
Meanwhile, the Philippines has strongly condemned an AI-generated video believed to have been circulated by a Chinese state media outlet, calling it a racist attack against Filipinos. The national government has taken the matter seriously, describing the video as an offensive attempt to undermine the country's sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea. IBC News correspondent Bea Peniza has the details.
The open sea, someone had put together the world's most.
This controversial AI-generated video, believed to have been circulated by a Chinese state media outlet, is now facing strong backlash from Philippine officials. The video shows a monkey wearing a Barong Tagalog and a native Filipino hat. The character appears to be taking orders from the United States and Japan and is instructed to sing, while a document titled South China Sea Arbitral Award is being displayed. Although the video does not directly identify the character as Filipino, officials say that the imagery clearly refers to the Philippines.
Ang pagbibihis ng unggoy ng barong Tagalog at mayroong native hat na meron tayo at pagpapakita na yung unggoy magaling kumanta ng karaoke. Obviously, ang pinag-uusapan dito is yung lahi natin bilang Pilipino. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang lahi natin ang minammock dito, it is important na lahat tayo bilang Pilipino ay magkaisa to call out the People's Republic of China na huwag maliitin ang lahi natin at higit sa lahat, huwag tayong tawaging unggoy.
The Philippine government has condemned the video, with several agencies calling for its immediate removal.
At this modern age, wala nang puwang ang racism para maliitin ang kahit na sinong lahi dito sa mundo.
The Philippine Coast Guard says the video attempts to portray Filipinos as an inferior people who are controlled by more powerful countries.
And that's what they wanted to show dito sa video na to, no? Na tayo ay isang mababang uri ng tao na dinidiktahan lamang ng mas malalakas na bansa.
The Department of Foreign Affairs described the video as an offensive attempt to justify China's claim in the West Philippine Sea and even in Batanes. The DFA has filed a formal protest against the state media outlet that distributed the video. The Department of National Defense also condemned the content, saying China cannot compete fairly when faced with the truth. Lawmakers, including Senators Robin Padilla and Kiko Pangilinan, have also criticized the video. Meanwhile, Tariela questioned whether senators who previously called on him to apologize over a caricature of Chinese President Xi Jinping would now ask the Chinese embassy to apologize for the video's depiction of Filipinos. The Chinese embassy in Manila has yet to issue a statement on the controversy. Philippine officials, however, maintain that racial stereotypes and discriminatory content have no place in modern discourse and are urging accountability over the video's release. Bea Piniza, IBC News.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has assured continued government support for Filipino seafarers as he led the graduation of the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy's Salighirang class of 2026. During the ceremony, the chief executive highlighted the administration's efforts to strengthen maritime education and safeguard the welfare of Filipino seafarers amid evolving global security challenges. IBC News correspondent Harley Valbuena has the report.
Cadets from the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy in Zambales shout in victory as they finally graduate after 4 years of studies and heavy training. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. served as guest of honor at the commencement exercises of PMMA Salighirang class of 2026. In his speech, the President recalled when the Philippines fell short on the certification system of European Maritime Safety Agency, putting at risk the jobs of 50,000 Filipino seafarers in the European Union. He assured this won't happen again.
We strengthened maritime education and training, improved certification systems, upgraded facilities and equipment, and worked closely with our international partners to ensure that Philippine standards continue to meet global expectations.
Amid worsening geopolitical tensions, especially in the Middle East, the President assured that the government will continue to promote the safety of Filipino sailors. According to the Department of Migrant Workers, around 3,000 Filipino seafarers remain stranded in the Strait of Hormuz.
In this difficult situation, your safety and welfare remains our priority. Your government will always be within reach, ready to help.
A total of 327 cadets and 21 from graduate school took up their diplomas today. They will serve at the Philippine Navy Reserve Force, Philippine Coast Guard, and other maritime organizations. Midshipman Cadet First Class Mark Owen Trilles was hailed as valedictorian, receiving both the Presidential Sabre Award and the PCG Sabre Award. Trilles had tried 3 times before finally passing and entering the PMMA. He fought off quitting numerous times, but he remained steadfast in pursuit of his dream.
Failure is not the end of our journey. Sometimes, it is the process that prepares us for something greater.
President Marcos Jr. urged the new seafarers to uphold Philippine pride by embodying professionalism, dedication, and good reputation. Harley Valbuena, IBC News.
Cabinet Secretary Benhur Abalos personally visited the wake of slain motorcycle taxi rider in Quezon City. Abalos extended the condolences of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to the family of Fabio Norberte Jr., who was killed by his passenger in an attempt to rob him of his motorcycle in Caloocan last July 14. The Cabinet Secretary assured the family that authorities are pursuing justice while also providing financial support for Norberto's kin. The visit underscored the government's determination to protect riders from similar attacks. Meanwhile, one rider party list representative, Rog Gutierrez, is calling for stricter passenger verification protocols for motorcycle taxis. He is pushing for enhanced ID checks, facial recognition, and stronger booking safeguards to protect riders from imposters. The call is alongside the Congressman's appeal for the passage of the Motorcycle Taxi Act.
Dasmariñas Mayor Jennifer Barzaga is seeking to succeed her son, expelled Cavite Representative Kiko Barzaga. The mayor filed her certificate of candidacy at the new Dasmariñas City Hall. She intends to run for representative of Cavite's 4th District in the August 29 special election. Kiko Barzaga was expelled from the House of Representatives last month for disorderly behavior unbecoming of a member and repeated violations of House rules. Meanwhile, on other election matters, Naga City Mayor Lenny Robredo met with Commission on Elections Chairman George Erwin Garcia to request for the barangay and SK elections be held alongside Naga City's plebiscite on its proposed highly urbanized city status on November 2. The COMELEC approved the request, saying it could save the government around 50 million pesos.
Motorists should brace for another painful hit at the pump, with gasoline and diesel in Metro Manila poised to break past the 100 peso per liter mark next week. Local oil industry sources say diesel prices were estimated to spike by about 9 pesos and 50 centavos to 10 pesos and 50 centavos per liter, while gasoline is expected to jump by around 3 pesos and 50 centavos to 4 pesos and 50 centavos per liter. These estimates are based on the 4-day trading of Mean and Platte Singapore, the pricing basis of refined goods in Southeast Asia. World oil prices are trending upwards once again after Iran attacks commercial ships attempting to transit the Strait of Hormuz outside the Iranian-approved route. The United States then responded retaliatory strikes on Iranian military assets. Coming up next, the Philippines scores a stunning victory over Puerto Rico at the Women's Softball World Cup. Stay tuned. This is 13 News.
Revenue ng quarterly royalty mula sa...
Samantala, mas mapabibilis na ang pagpapatayo ng mga ospital, pamilihan, terminal at iba pang...
Napalakasin ang sektor ng kalusugan sa bansa. Marami na sa mga Pilipino ang...
to the program. Here's good news for power consumers. The no disconnection policy for unpaid bills has been extended until October of this year. This is after the Energy Regulatory Commission ordered all distribution facilities across the country to suspend electricity service disconnections of residential and non-residential consumers. The Commission also ordered staggered or deferred payment schemes to ease the financial burden on consumers. Those who consume not exceeding 200 kilowatt hours are eligible for flexible payment options. According to the ERC, the extension of consumer protection measures is in line with the declaration of a state of national energy emergency due to the Middle East conflict and danger posed on the country's energy supply.
Meanwhile, the Philippine National Police, or PNP, has identified a fifth suspect in the killing of American marine biologist Kent Carpenter. Earlier, the fourth suspect voluntarily surrendered to authorities. The PNP said the fourth suspect served as a lookout during the attack, while the fifth suspect remains at large and is believed to be in possession of the firearm used in the crime, as well as items stolen from the victim. Investigators maintain that robbery was the primary motive behind the killing, adding that they have found no evidence linking the crime to Carpenter's work as a marine biologist.
The Philippine government has reaffirmed its strong ties with Singapore during President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s working visit. The two countries committed to deepening cooperation in artificial intelligence, healthcare, and investment to help boost both economies. Let's have the full report from Jinky Batigados.
From artificial intelligence and digital technology to healthcare and investment, the Philippines and Singapore have expanded their cooperation toward building stronger and more innovative economies. This was at the center of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s working visit to Singapore from July 14 to 16, where he met with government officials, top business executives, and regional business leaders. During his courtesy call on Singapore Prime Minister and Finance Minister Lawrence Wong, the two leaders reaffirmed the long-standing relationship between the Philippines and Singapore amid global challenges and conflict.
During my courtesy call with Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, we affirmed the strength of our bilateral relations amidst global shocks and conflict.
The two leaders also discussed expanding cooperation in trade and investment, artificial intelligence, education, the environment, healthcare, and people-to-people exchanges, while reaffirming their commitment to a stronger and more united ASEAN. In meetings with business leaders and investors, discussion focused on digital technology, telecommunications, data centers, artificial intelligence, and healthcare sectors expected to strengthen the country's digital infrastructure, improve essential services, and create more jobs for Filipinos. President Marcos also presented regional business leaders with investment opportunities in the Philippines, including the Luzon Economic Corridor, the Public-Private Partnership Code, and green lanes for strategic investments.
This visit demonstrates the enduring strength of Philippines-Singapore relations, our shared commitment to ASEAN centrality, and the Philippines' readiness to serve as a reliable partner in driving growth and innovation across the region.
Singapore Prime Minister Lawrence Wong congratulated President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on the country's entry into the ranks of upper middle-income economies.
Ayon sa Prime Minister, maituturing na respectable growth o matatag na pag-unlad ng Pilipinas ang pagiging upper middle income country sa likod ng mga pagsubok dulot ng kaguluhan sa Middle East.
Based on the World Bank's latest income assessment, the Philippines' gross national income per capita reached $4,850, surpassing the $4,636 threshold for upper middle income country status. President Marcos earlier said the milestone reflects the effectiveness of the government's economic policies over the past 4 years and marks a step toward attracting more investments, expanding businesses, and creating quality jobs and opportunities for Filipinos. Jinky Batigados, IBC News.
Two Philippine national teams continue their quest for world domination after advancing in their respective international tournaments. Starting off
3-2. Mamuda sends this out into center field. It's over the head of Enriquez, and the Philippines have upset Puerto Rico here in Lima.
Starting off with the Philippine Blue Girls pulling off a stunning upset over world number 3 Puerto Rico at the WBSC Women's Softball World Cup in Lima, Peru. With the 5-4 victory, the national team now holds a 1-3 win-loss record. They must win their last match against Peru tomorrow while relying on other results to keep their playoff hopes alive. Meanwhile, the Philippine men's ex-V's Volcanoes dominated Singapore with a 33-10 victory in the Rugby Unions Cup semi-final. The win sends the defending champions to the championship match, where they will face Malaysia tomorrow at Nontaburi Stadium in Thailand. Thio de Manila University has launched a scholarship program in honor of student athletes Rene Baterbonia and Divine Adili. In a memorandum, Ateneo announced the establishment of the Blue Eagle Athletic Scholarship Fund, which will provide financial assistance to aspiring student athletes from outside Metro Manila. Following the announcement, the university held a memorial mass to commemorate the 40th day since the passing of the two student athletes.
The hype for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is real. Following its premiere, film critics have praised the movie's groundbreaking screening format. Nolan shot the film entirely using IMAX's 70mm film cameras. It is the first feature film to be shot entirely in the format, delivering a more immersive cinematic experience. The film is now showing in cinemas nationwide, including IMAX theaters. Coming up next, U.S. President Donald Trump alleges that China acquired millions of U.S. voter files. Stay tuned. This is 13 News.
The Cine Bata Video Festival is calling for submission of video entries for, by, and with children. Submit videos with the theme, Hear My Voice. Deadline for submission of entries is on July 31, 2026. For details, visit or contact the following.
In news abroad, U.S. President Donald Trump claims that China had acquired millions of U.S. voter files, which he said compromised election security since 2020. Meanwhile, the U.S. continues to conduct strikes against Iran while maintaining its patrol operations across the Middle East. Let's have more of these international developments from CJ Reyes.
U.S. President Donald Trump claimed that since 2020, China had acquired 220 million U.S. voter files, compromising election security. Trump said the files contained names, addresses, phone numbers, and political party preferences, calling it the largest compromise of election data in history.
This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China has signed a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project.
On the contrary, a U.S. intelligence assessment released in March 2021 found no evidence that foreign actors altered the results of the 2020 U.S. elections. Tensions remain high in the Middle East as U.S. forces continue to attack Iran, with one strike targeting a major bridge linking Bandar Abbas to Shiraz, a key route for commercial and civilian transport. Meanwhile, U.S. Marines continue to patrol the region, with the naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz remaining in effect. NASA's New Horizons spacecraft has awakened after months in hibernation. The mission continues to study the outer solar system, including Pluto, and its largest moon, Charon. Charon is about half the size of the dwarf planet, leading some to refer to the pair as a double dwarf planet system. CJ Reyes, IBC News.
Before we wrap up tonight's newscast, we bring you the results of the PCSO's 9 p.m. lottery draws. For the Mega Lotto 645, the winning numbers are 17, 42, 10, 15, 6, and 14 with a jackpot price of 15 million pesos. For the Ultra Lotto 658, the winning combination is 41, 10, 43, 32, 54, and 56 with a jackpot price of 137,992,907 pesos and 31 centavos. For the 4D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 2, 0, 7, and 7. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 8, 9, and 1. And finally, for the 2D Lotto draw, the winning numbers are 15 and 22. There is no winner for the Mega Lotto 645 and Ultra Lotto 658. Tomorrow, July 18, the world marks Nelson Mandela International Day, honoring the birthday of South Africa's first black president and global human rights icon. The United Nations urges everyone to dedicate 67 minutes to community service, symbolizing Mandela's 67 years of fighting for social justice.
Also tomorrow is the Grand Coronation Night of Binibining Pilipinas 2026. It will be held at the Smart Araneta Coliseum at 7 p.m. 35 candidates are vying for the crown. Title holders will represent the country at global competitions like Miss International and the Miss Globe. Good luck, ladies.
And those were the latest from the IBC Newsroom this evening.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and give you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I'm William Thio. This is 30 News. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Pangarap mong maging milyonaryo? Sa PCSO Lotto, magkakatotoo. Mas pinasaya, mas pinabongga, mas pinalaki ang mga jackpot prizes. Araw-araw ang bola.